the second time in 3 years, Newcastle United are in a semi-final once again of the League Cup. Welcome to the Magnificent Mags channel. So yeah, welcome back. Bit later than expected. Just last night after the win, we said we were going to go for one more pre-Christmas sesh. Regardless of the result, but hopefully if we won, thankfully we did. So yeah, we did end up in the Lothar and then filthies and got home about 1:30 AM this morning. I've had work, so yeah, it has been a bit of a rough day, but I'm doing the video as promised, even though it's a little tardiness, as I said in my earlier tweet, and later than usual. But let's get into it. Yeah, Newcastle United 3, Brentford 1, and the scoreline doesn't really do it justice when you look at it, because you're thinking, oh, was it closer than expected? But absolutely not. That game, despite their goal at the end from Wissa, it was a stroll. It was a stroll in the park. They came herring out the traps. We were pressing them up for it. Crowd were up for it as well, certainly pre-game, even though I've seen it discussed today, the atmosphere a bit flat. Yeah, it was at times. I mean, when you're comparing it to 2 years ago when we played Leicester City, that night wasn't quite PSG, but it was up there. It was bouncing, electric. It was raucous. It was a bear pit. Now, again, I have seen lots of reasons being chucked about for this. Is it too many families there? Is it couples going to the game? Is it people in the ballot? Is it tourists? Honestly, I don't know. Obviously, I've told you before, I'm in the strawberry corner, but where we were, it was noisy. I mean, granted, not all game, but the atmosphere was good in general, especially where we were, and I heard noise from the Gallagher and the Lees at times as well. And I know the acoustics don't travel around St James's as much with the stadium, obviously. Like, even though the design's great, it's still lopsided from when it was 37,000 in the 90s, because it really kept it in there when all stands are the same size. So, and then again, it's got on to the argument of will we move or stay for these reasons or upgrade St James's. But I'd say the atmosphere last night, it wasn't as bad as people are making out, but yeah, it wasn't good compared to Leicester. But you know what? I just think we were too emotional. We were like a couple of years ago, like, I mean, what Eddie Howe's done, Newcastle have been in 3 League Cup semi-finals in their history, 1976, 2023, and now it'll be 2025, and Eddie Howe's responsible for 2/3 of them, so hats off to him, because we hadn't had a League Cup semi-final for 47 years, now we've got 2 and 3, and as you've seen the night with the draw, we've got Arsenal. Now, I know you have to play anyone, because they're all big teams who are left in the draw. Spurs, balmy game, blowing a 3-goal lead to 3-2, and then it going to 4-2, and then 4-3. But yeah, we've got Arsenal. I know we all want to avoid Liverpool with our 2 legs. We haven't beat them in 9 years, and we're record at Anfield. Well, we haven't won there since April '94 in the league. Any cup was November '95 with Steve Watson's chip. So yeah, I'd take Liverpool or Spurs in the final. But the important thing is, I know our record's not great at the Emirates. We've won throughout the last 4 at St James's. The Emirates, yeah, I don't think, is it maybe 13 defeats out of 14 or something there. But we can go there with encouragement that a couple of seasons ago, we did get a win and a draw against them. So if we can get a point, or even if it's a 1-goal deficit, I wouldn't like it to be 2, because you know what Arsenal like for being negative when they're sitting on a lead. So I'd say, yeah, if we can get a point down there and then bring it back to St James's Park, even a goal deficit, like I said, I'm confident we can turn it around. Bear pit, raucous, definitely be up for this. Obviously, bigger club coming to town than Brentford, but yeah, happy with that draw. I am. Could have been worse. Could have been Spurs for the best draw. Could have been worse. Could have been Liverpool. You get who you take. So bring it on, I say. And one thing that has been quite rightly pointed out, after we've played the first leg, Arsenal have Man U, so they could rest players. The second leg, they play City before us, and they haven't got the biggest squad in terms of depth, and they're still in 4 competitions. Now, I know we're without Bruno and Shaw after the yellows last night, but it could work in our favour. It could. Small margins, but we'll have to just be resolute down there and hope to bring it back up here under the lights with something to play for. But anyway, now to get back onto the game. So yeah, just what a win. So yeah, it was comfortable in the end. Certainly once we got the first goal there, obviously Gordon got it, played it to Tino, drove his way into the box, cut it back there, defender cleared it, and then Sandro Tonali again. Just how it came out, and then first time he just like dragged his foot across the ball, just literally hitting it like that to keep it down and control it like that into the bottom corner. Just the quality of the man. And then obviously, I've got to say though, Dubravka did have a good game. It wasn't his fault for their goal near the end. It's just outpaced and one-on-one, and yeah, he may be able to have come out, but I'm not blaming him for that. And he saved when not long after we scored, Brentford did. Presswork go up the other end. Gordon lost it to Wissa, and then he was one-on-one. So yeah, it was good from Dubravka to save it, but then he done a pathetic dive. So, but again, if VAR was there, it wasn't in all the ties this quarter final. It should be back for the semis, but yeah, it was a pathetic dive trying to look for a pen, and I'm glad the ref didn't buy it, because watching it back in slow motion, it wasn't a pen. Dubravka had palmed the ball away after he'd initially saved it. So yeah, with or without VAR, right decision. But then, yeah, we went and got the second. Had the chance. I think it was Murphy. Yeah, Murphy had the cross. Their defender kneed out at the Leazers for a corner. And then again, well worked. Hall and Gordon on that side. Hall played to Gordon. Gordon whipped it in. And then Sandro just cushioned it. That again, the technique and the control. He was outside the box when he came in and made his run, but then cushioning it. And I know it took a slight nick off the defender, but past Fleck. And again, he's just frighteningly good. And I know him and Bruno play in the pivot and the 6 and the 8, but it's just again how it dovetails so well. Like Tonali works in the 6, and he did play it for Milan for a bit, although sometimes he was more advanced in an 8. And he's done it for Italy as well. So it's not an alien position to him, and Eddie's figured it out. Yeah, it might have took so long and been calling for him to play, but he's just showing his class now, honestly. He has got the pace over Bruno to make them recovery tackles when he's playing. So yeah, if there's a transition, a turnover against where, then Tonali's got that pace and the bite to get back in and win the ball, whereas Bruno's proven when he's higher up that them two can play together on the pivot but they were just dovetailing off each other last night, especially second half. Yeah, Bruno went about his business all right first half, a little quiet, but second half, oh my God, he turned on the class. Just the link-up play between them two. I mean, we're all saying they've got to play it together. I mean, an Italian international, Brazilian international. Of course they should play it together. I mean, what did we pay between, what was Bruno again, 38 million, was he? 38, something like that. Tonali's 55. So telling me 93 million pounds worth of players can't play it together. But it's been figured out, and it's just the right system now. Right system. I mean, for that move where Murphy hit the post, like, came to Murphy on the right, the first time ball in to Bruno. Then he played it to Tonali. Then back to Bruno, who then headed it straight back to Tonali, cut it back to Isaac, edge of the area, and Murphy trying to whip it in the near post. It was so unlucky, but what a move. And then again, him and Murphy involved second half. When Murphy came inside, it was on the right-hand side, cutting over the half space. Bruno on the edge of the box, played it, give it to Bruno. He continued his run past Bruno, held it up, lovely little flick, and just curled it wide. So Murphy was involved again. I'll put some stats there, which were on Sky Sports before. Can't remember off the top of my head, but it's shown his worth this season. And he's currently got more goals and assists than Phil Foden and Yankuba Minter. So credit to him. He's still putting in a job. Finishing, not fishing. Being a bit awry at times. He's proven his worth. So well done to you, Murphy. Well done, son. And yeah, the third goal. Corner again, came in, bit of a scramble in the air in the box, headed down. Brentford again didn't clear the lines. Tonali trying to go for his hat-trick, blocked. Hall shot, blocked. Hall then held it up, did have options around him, but he chose to just stand his man up, and then he got Flecken a bit unsighted, and that's why I think Flecken saw it last minute and pushed it out. But Bruno's intelligence. Some players might snatch at it, try and smash it into the far corner or into the roof of the net. But Bruno had the awareness and intelligence to just see Fabi Shaw there, cut it back, 3-0, game over. And I know Brentford had a couple of chances after that. The obvious one being Ben Mee heading the crossover at the Leazers. Wissa going through and Dubravka saving excellently one-on-one. But then they did score at the end, obviously. One ball did catch with defensive weakness out, which was a lack of pace. And then Mbumo across to Wissa, who had a tap in, like I said before there, it wasn't Dubravka's fault. So yeah, that was it. Job done. Into another semi-final. Twitchy fingers about do we book Wembley or not. Arsenal normally do well at Wembley, but we've got them in the semis, so they're not a team I probably would have wanted to face in the final. So Liverpool or Spurs I'll take. Obviously, if it's Spurs, it'll be a balmy game. Liverpool will be a bit tougher, but when you're at a final, you've got to be able to take anyone on. Credit to Thomas Frank. I know he's had beef with them in the past, but fair play to him being respectful, saying the better team were outclassed for 90 minutes, and he hopes Newcastle go on and win the cup, which was a really nice thing to say. And I posted on X before, but it's no coincidence that we're going to go from a really respectful manager saying he hopes we'll win the cup to Mikel Arteta, who's the most petulant, arrogant, baby, childish manager of the lot. So that's why I'm hoping we can get something down there and then bring it back. And if we knock them out, it would be the mother of all meltdowns. Just before I wrap it up, I just want to say some people have been criticised online for leaving early when it was like 83 or 85 minutes or before like the full-time whistle. Now, I always stay to the end. I do, but I'm in Wallsend, so it's not too far home whether I'm staying out late or not. But that's always been my choice. I've stayed there when we've been 4-0 down before, like when City beat were not long after the takeover, because you could see what the team were trying to do. I'm not going to criticise anyone for that. Look, people might have came for a far. They might be trying to beat traffic. They might be going back to Durham. They might be going to Northumberland, last bus job, but they still want to come to the game. Look, not going to come and call out people or criticise them. That's their right. It's like if they want to leave a bit early, then they've paid for it. That's their money. That's their choice. Well, yeah. We'll all have with different reasons. I stay at the end, but I've given my reasons for it. And one other thing is just I want to say how professional we were. It was a controlled, measured performance. A couple of years ago, I mentioned the atmosphere was better v Leicester, but I'm hoping, like Dan Burns said, they've learned a lesson from that quarter-final. They knew how to get through, which they did. Hope they take the same from the Southampton game. I know Arsenal's a lot tougher, but we'll keep our heads in that one. Then if we get back to Wembley, we'll keep our heads there. Because I think taking the emotion out of it and just being controlled, measured, sensible with our passing is the best way forward. But yeah, anyway, going on the best three players in that game. Third, Bruno. Again, just because his second half is much better. He was really on it, buzzing about his little flicks, his tricks. Gutted he got his second yellow of the competition along with Fabi Shaw, so they will miss the first leg. But the important thing is we'll get them back for the second leg. We might have Botman back then. We'll have Longstaff in the team. He's back from his suspension. But yeah, Bruno's third. Second, I'd go Anthony Gordon because he was just a menace all game. Him and again Lewis Hall just terrorising them. It's great to see fullbacks like Tino and Hall who want to just pass it rather than hitting long balls. So it's a breath of fresh air. So yeah, Anthony Gordon second, he had his chances, putting a couple wide. I'm not going to knock him for not scoring them. He's still getting the positions. He was a menace all night. And again, he was involved in all the goals. You can't say like, the third one, obviously, I know he didn't get the assist, but it came from his corner. And in the second one, obviously, his corner came straight to Tonali. And then man of the match, that man right there on me wall. There he is, if I can get my finger right. Sandro Tonali, just what a player. Like I said, he's paced for recoveries, he's passing, one-touch passing, the forward passing. He just controls the game so well. You can just tell you like to think he's a modern Pirlo. But yeah, Sandro Tonali, easily man of the match. Just him as the DMF, he's fantastic. I can't eulogise about him enough. Just what a player. And it's good to see him getting a brace. There was his first goal since the opening day against Aston Villa, start of last season. But anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to go. I'll wrap it up there. I will be back tomorrow with my preview for Ipswich away. Hoping to make it 3 wins out of 3 in this massive week. So far, we've passed the first 2 tests. So if we win at Ipswich, then it'll set up nicely for the Boxing Day game against Villa at St James's Park. But yeah, I'll be going down to Ipswich. I'll do my preview video tomorrow, as I said, and then I'll do the journey down to Ipswich. I'll capture some images when I'm not driving and when I'm there, just to show what it's like. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye for now.